Well, Craig. Are you guys there? I see people. All right. While people are jumping on, I'm going to answer some of the questions that people were throwing out. One, someone said, have you always been a religious man? No, at some point in time, I was a boy. I've always pretty much been religious, grew up in a Christian family, church, and all that stuff. So that's kind of, that's been most of my life. One guy said, okay, here's actually a mechanical question about M109. He's having clutch issues. I'm not an experienced rider. I'm not an inexperienced rider. No, I am an experienced rider. I don't see burnouts, but these clutches keep giving out due to lack of oil in the assembly. The only thing I've seen is to do is a shave 3.5 millimeters off the push pin. Do you recommend anything? You ever hear about that?
I haven't.
Never heard anything about that. Hey, nice bikes. Hey, bikes. Nice to meet you. How has everything? Been watching the channel for 1 to 2 years now. Awesome. All right, here's a question: carburetor versus fuel injection. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Fuel injection. That's just obvious. I mean, like the only guys that want carburetor over fuel injection just don't know. There's old guys or something. I don't know.
The carburetors are fun on some bikes, and they can be fun to play with. But
yeah, carburetors are fun.
If you just want reliability and even these little bikes, these little pit bikes now, they're
fuel injection. It's great.
Yeah.
The only reason guys want carburation over fuel injection is because they're like, well, I can work on carburetors. That's because you have to work on carburetors. You don't need to. You never have to work on. How often are you fixing a fuel injection problem?
Very seldom.
Never. And the only thing that hurts carburetors is bad gas. Bad gas doesn't really mess up fuel injection. What's the fastest bike in the world? I don't know.
It's the fastest production bike was like the 2002 Hayabusa. I think it came out of the factory.
Production bike. But what about the Y2K bike or something like that?
I know. Well, I mean, fastest bike in the world is going to be whatever set the record up on it.
Exactly right. Have you guys ever heard of a Cannondale? I have heard of the Cannondale bike.
Oh, yeah. I had a friend that had a Cannondale 4-wheeler. Thing never ran. Never.
We've got a guy that we have a guy that stops around and has a Cannondale bike. FC07 first bike, not your best first bike, but it's a pretty decent first bike. It's better than the FC09. Yeah, FC7 is not a bad first bike if you're like an adult.
It's so twitchy though. Like I don't know. I never feel stable on.
I like the twitchiness, and on the highway they don't feel stable at all. Did you like your Apollo dirt bike? I might get one. Actually, we bought a bunch of. Were they Apollos?
Yes.
We bought a bunch of Apollos. Like 2 years newer than the ones that we had. They're at the website right now. SRK Cycles. Then they're better. They're way better. They're really nice dirt bikes. They're like, what are they? 200s or 150?
125s. I think we got.
I thought they're 150s.
Okay.
I think they're 150s or 200s, and they're
not 200s or 125s or 150s. I thought they were 125s.
They told me like 2 of them because two of them are different. They said 2 are labeled wrong and 2 of them are 200s. I don't know how to find it out though. But these are way better than the older ones. But the older ones are actually pretty good. Do you prefer Yama over Honda? I don't. You do? You prefer Yama over Honda? I think they're both good.
They're not bad. It's my preference.
This guy's a Cannondale bicycle. It's a very nice bicycle.
Oh, well, the bicycle. Oh, okay. I have a Cannondale bicycle too.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. An old one.
What do I have? I've got a Cannondale too.
Yeah.
Also old one. I got it for $75. All right. So people keep on asking when we're going to give away another bike. We're actually still in the process of giving that brand new Honda 110F, which is fuel injected. We're in the process of still giving that away. Now, what we did in the last live stream is we made these awesome. I should have one. These awesome new shirts. They're military green. It's got a Bikes and Beards logo right here. It's got a flag right here, and we're only selling 500 of those. Actually, 497 of them because we all kept one. And when we're done selling all 500 of them. That's on bikesandbeardsgear.com. We'll have your name and information. We're going to draw out of everyone. And one of those people who bought one of those shirts is going to get that bike. So we sold like 350 on the last live stream. We sold a couple since then. I think we maybe have at least 100 shirts left. So it's definitely getting pretty reduced. Not sure what sizes are out there, but that gives you a pretty good shot. All right, listen, stop posting the same thing. I'm just not going to answer that question now because you posted 1,000 times.
Somebody asked Venom or Lifen. I'd go Lifen.
I'd go Lafon, yeah. But isn't Venom?
Lafon.
But isn't Venom?
Venom's like a Canadian distributor.
Yeah, Venom's a distributor,
but they make.
They distribute.
Remember that that 4-wheeler, that electric 4-wheeler we got? That was actually labeled a Venom.
Right, it was a label.
So they're labeling stuff too.
Right, they're labeling stuff.
But yeah, go Lafon.
I would go with Lafon or Lifen.
We bought stuff from shoot, what was it? Venom.
Can I get a shout out? IMM. Yeah, you can get a shout out. What's up from India? What's up from India?
Sheets, Turkey Hill, or Wawa. Oof.
Yeah, that's very obvious. It's sheets. I'm all sheets. Turkey Hills are getting rough these days.
Dude,
Although if you're looking for ice cream, get Turkey Hill.
Yeah.
But we have a new sheets like right down the street. Have you been in there?
Yes.
It's like a restaurant side there. It's awesome. Why are sport bikes and naked bikes not more popular in the U.S. or are they? Nothing more sexy than a sleek. I don't know. I think they're pretty popular.
Yeah, I would say so.
Sport bikes and naked bikes are pretty popular in here. It's just that I would say they're just as popular as they are anywhere else. I don't know that for a fact, but I would say that we have a whole lot of Harley Davidsons up here. So, take away all those Harleys, and they're very popular. What do you think of the Indian Scout Bobber? I think Indian Scouts are great bikes. I think the Bobbers are a really good looking bike.
What's he say? Mako 700.
Do you say Norway or no way? I say.
Are we talking about the country?
Yeah. No, if I say this is the country, I say Norway. Any suggestions on finding a frame that will fit my motor? I have a sitting. I don't know what motor you got, man.
Yeah.
Have you guys stopped doing auction videos? We were kicked out of the auction last time. We were doing auction videos, and then apparently it was a big mix-up, and now we can go back to the auction. So
it just took the fun out of it.
It did kind of kill my joy.
Yes, it's coffee.
So not necessarily, but what's in the coffee? What do you think? Cream. What do you think naked bikes suck? No, I'm a big fan of naked bikes. I normally have an SE07 in that I ride personally that we don't sell, but we sold it. I need to get another one. I really do like the naked Street Fighter bikes. I need another one that I keep around. And the cool thing about them is they're fun and they're very inexpensive. Electric bicycles are fun. Gray rules. What do you think of the 1998 XR200 from Australia? I don't know. Oh, is that a Honda XR200? I don't know anything about the one from Australia, but the American one was a good little bike. How do you get started into bikes? You just buy one. Just buy one. Get a dirt bike. Just get something. Buy whatever you can afford. Get something, and then just start riding and have a lot of fun. Guys.
KTM 390.
KTM 390 is a good bike.
Yeah. Somebody just asked BMW 310 or 390.
Oh, what are you trying to do? The 390 is going to be a lot faster. The 390 is a better track bike.
What about a KDX 220? I'd love to find a KDX 220.
Someone asked, how old are you? I am 35. Craig is old. How old are you, Craig?
41.
You're 41 now?
Yeah.
I thought you were just 40. I had no idea how old you were.
Yeah.
Do you have the amount of idiotic questions you guys get is staggering. Thank you. All right, guys. So the video with this bike right here. The video with that bike did really well, and you guys seem to really, really like it. So what questions do you have about that bike? And we're gonna fill you guys in on some of the behind the scenes stuff. I will admit this. The hook of that video where we found it in the garage was actually the reverse. We a lot of people stage the hooks. What?
Grunt 49, you're welcome.
What do you say?
Thanks for the GoPro and the $50.
Oh, cool. You got both.
I guess so.
Oh man. So we were buying. In reality, we were buying that bike. We were buying my 2021 Road King Special for the turbo build, and then we found this bike hiding because I was like looking for a really old bike, and he's like, I got one. And then we found this bike, and it was it was in his shop, and then we staged it inside the barn. While we were staging it inside the barn, we found that Jeep. And it was a really, really cool Jeep. I actually ended up buying the Jeep. It's at the shop right now, getting some stuff tweaked on it.
Yeah, it has a linker on it.
What?
The carb.
What's that?
The linker carburetor.
That's the linker carburetor. Yeah. That's some good question right there. Get a cool drink of water, dude. I am dying over here. All right, so yeah, that's a big question we're getting. Are we going to restore it, or are we going to keep it the way it is? Let me go grab a drink of water real quick and keep going.
Oh, this will be fun. Yeah, so should I talk about restoring it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to restore it. Kind of with stuff like this, there's no really need to restore it. It's cool just the way it is. It runs. It pretty much works for what we're going to do with it, and it looks really awesome. I mean, that patina is pretty crazy. The thing I really like about this bike is it said it was part of the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show. And I don't know if you guys know what that is or anything, but Joey Chitwood was a stunt guy out of Texas, maybe. But when I was a kid, we grew up. I grew up at the racetracks, at the dirt tracks, and every year, the Joey Chitwood show would come to the racetrack. And as a kid, it was awesome. I looked forward to it every single year, and he was like a hero of mine. So I thought that was really cool that now we kind of have a piece of that history. What else we got? Are you going to clean it up? Probably not. Sidecar on the Harley. So these WLAs didn't have a lot of sidecars. They were pretty much just for single person, because they weren't really classified as troop carriers or anything like that. So they did some with sidecars, but that wasn't a popular option on them.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Jedediah and Lynn. Both were ordering shirts. You guys are both going to be entered in to win that brand new Honda 110, which is fuel injected.
Paul, you got it, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the first one to admit I don't know anything about old motorcycles. I know very, very, very little bit, and this is how I learn stuff. I know a lot about cars. I've owned a lot about cars. I know a lot about motorcycles from owning a lot of motorcycles. I learn about it when I buy it. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I do a little bit of research. I buy it, and then I learn from just kind of experiencing it. So I don't know that much about bikes. What I'm being told by some experts of old motorcycles is that the person who restores it is normally the guy who wants it. He wants it. He's the end buyer. He wants it restored. He restores it for himself. The people who are paying, if you want to flip it, if you want the most value, if you want to maintain the most value out of that motorcycle, you're going to leave it the way it is. So there's three possibilities what we can do with that bike. One, we just leave it the way it is and ride it the way it is. It'll still fire up right now. It's still a great bike. I at least want to get a headlight for it. At the very least, a headlight and a seat I would want to do. The next step is actually restoring it to function like 100% the best way it possibly could. And what that's going to entail is possibly a motor rebuild. They think that the front cylinder doesn't have as much compression as it should. We never tested it. We probably could test it. We should test it. So rebuilding the engine, getting the front headlight, and then replacing the rims. The rims are really rusted and they're really
square.
They're really square and it's really bumpy. So that's something that's most likely what we're gonna do, unless everyone's just dying to see a rebuild on it. And then, maybe I'd probably rather buy another one. I do love the bikes. I do like the way they look. with the full fenders. You know, this is chopped down fenders. Apparently, this is what a chopper was back then. This was the original chopper,
yeah.
like chopping down the fenders. But these fenders used to go, like down here. It really is a really beautiful looking bike, and I do like the way it is. I do like the way that you're riding a bike that looks like that, but runs pretty good and actually gets you around. Good little order.
Is there a bike Craig can't fix? I don't know.
Yeah, victories. What do you say? Can't fix?
Can't. There's a difference between can't and won't.
Can't. Yeah, victories.
Won't fix victories.
No, Greg's once you know the basics of motorcycles, everything else is just learning how that particular one is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you got to learn a whole new like coding language. They're all basic things. So Greg can fix most bikes. It just some things are going to take him longer than other things, just because he has to relearn how this one works. And that was kind of, maybe I'm wrong, but it was nice having Chad help us with that Harley Davidson.
Oh yeah,
because they were like so many things that like over the past 4 decades, it's like this is how you do motorcycles. That was different, just the way they put that wheel on was like that. And to be honest with you, it makes sense. You take the wheel off without taking the chain sprocket off.
I would have figured it out after I had it off. I would have got it all off and everything. I would have
Right.
been like, oh man,
Right,
took
exactly.
an hour too long.
So it would have taken longer.
And it's funny, like since for the last 5 years or so. I mean, I was wrenching on bikes like every single day and night, day in, day out, and it you get pretty proficient at it. Now that I don't wrench every day, when I put something up on the table, it's almost like I gotta knock the dust off a little bit.
Yeah, the worst.
The worst. You should do repair videos, Craig.
What do you think about that? What happened to Harrison? Harrison left. Harrison left to do bigger and better things. He left almost about a year ago. We have since replaced him. You guys want a free bike to make some content with? Maybe. I mean, we have tons of bikes, but I don't know. It depends on what it is. No, I don't have COVID. I was supposed to be in California this week, but I couldn't fly on the plane because I was coughing too much. I don't have COVID. I just have a cold, and people can have colds during this time.
Today. Not today. You can't.
Not this time.
KTM 1290 for a first bike.
That's a horrible first bike.
No. If you're looking to get into the adventure riding and stuff, go with a KLR or a
or a DRZ
or DRZ 650, XR 650,
WR 250. Yeah, but if you're looking to, if you're trying
to get a V-Strom or a
but a KTM 1290, that's a powerful bike.
Unless you got a bunch of dough and you feel like spending it.
What is going on with the V-Rod? Which V-Rod?
V-Rod's gone.
The Destroyer? Destroyer.
I just saw a muscle, V-Rod muscle on Marketplace, $3,500.
Actually, I can't really talk more about this, but interesting enough, the V-Rod Destroyer actually is considered stolen as of right now. So that more to come, maybe. But at some point in time, it's going to be a very interesting story whenever we're allowed to say it. Just bought my first bike, a 83 R80 RT from my dad. That's cool. They're going to do a bobber. Listen, Dad and I are going to do a bobber build. Okay, let me just say, before you do a bobber build, just get it running. First, get it looking good as it can be, the way it is, and then decide whether you want to do a bobber build. Because honestly, I you kill the value of the bike. You really do, and that's a really cool bike, and that's a bike that a lot of people are gonna like. So you might have a bike that's worth 5, and you do a bobber build, now it's worth nothing, or 12. My uncle had an absolute ugliest bike ever. Y'all could make some awesome content, but yeah, it's Monroeville, shout out. Good evening. How old is my Honda Wave Alpha 100C? I never heard of that. Would you guys want a snowmobile? Would you guys want a snowmobile with wheels on it? It's really fast and fun. You can make it. It's motorcycle. Yeah, if you want to give us to us, or yeah, that sounds interesting. How do I incur ethyl top speed of my bike?
The twisty thing on the right.
Yeah, retype that one.
Can you make a test ride on 625 KTM? Those you don't find those bikes very often. So if we found one, I'm sure he would do a test ride on it.
All right, here we go. So okay, that was the driving this bike back should have taken like I don't know, should have taken 3 hours. If we went on, if we actually the route we took, it should have taken an hour and a half. It took us 5 hours. So we were cruising like 35, maybe sometimes hitting 40 miles an hour. I couldn't tell. I don't think the speedometer was working, or I think it was broken.
How did we meet? Sean and I actually met through a mutual customer. I was doing work for a guy, mechanic work for a guy, and he was buying bikes from Sean, and he got us into DT 250. How you get a title for a DT 250? Yeah, you can. It depends what state you're in. I love the DT 250, so that's going to probably be my next bike. Anyway, so we met through a mutual friend. I was doing mechanic work for them. He was buying bikes from Sean. He said they need a mechanic or someone that can do some work. So we got together, and here we are. Or Super Tenere, F800, yeah, or Super Tenere. I'll be honest, I haven't gotten a lot of seat time on the Super Teneres. I'd like to get more because I think they're really cool bikes. I really, really wanted an F800. And then I rode a couple, and I don't know, it wasn't for me. So I can't answer that question, but without having a lot of time on the other one, I would say, yeah. Kawasaki is awesome. What dirt bikes do you guys have? Sean has a Honda little 250. I have my KTM 300. I have an old Kawasaki F11 and a Kawasaki F7. And then the kids have a couple bikes. Shout out, why not a Victory? Why don't I work on a Victory? It's kind of an inside joke. We had a Victory that needed base gaskets. So the motor had to come out and get all taken apart and everything. And I just didn't have the time. And I didn't feel like doing it. So I told him to take it to the dealer. So now Caleb busts on me. You guys take project bikes. Nah. Favorite bike? My favorite bike? Road street bike? Kawasaki Concourse. What's the fastest bike you have? I don't even know what's in inventory. It's been a couple weeks since I've seen the shop. When did you start riding? I started riding off-road when I was 4. I started playing around with some street bikes in the yard. I don't know, probably around 14 or so. When I turned 16, I bought my first real street bike and been riding ever since. No, never heard of that Suzuki. Who is the better rider? Sean is definitely the better street rider. I think I'm the better dirt rider. It's the bike that got you hooked. Yeah. Have you ever? Yeah, we've ridden Hayabusas. I'm not a big Hayabusa fan. They're not my style. What were you riding at 480? Yamaha Trizinger. I still have it. And then for somewhere around second grade or so, I think I moved up to the Yamaha Tri-Moto, the 225DX Tri-Moto. My dad and a couple uncles all had those. So I would come home from school and hop on that. How's that Razor doing? Brad finished Brad yesterday. Pretty excited about that. KLR 650. I love KLR 650s. They're like the tank of motorcycles. You can't break them. Do you guys play ping pong? I love ping pong. Ping pong's fun. Never heard of the Alpha 100. Small tank. Any experience with quads? Yeah, I used to be a quad guy.
You guys get your motorcycle license before your driver's license? No, I got my driver's license first. Actually, you have to in Pennsylvania.
So in Pennsylvania, they used to do the permits for motorcycles. The permits were good for like 3 months. So you go in spring, you get your permit. You have a permit all summer. Then it expires. You're not riding in winter. And you do the same thing the following year. Well, now they changed it. Now your permit's good for a year and you can't renew it. So I finally.
Oh, you can never renew it? You have to wait 6 months before you can renew it.
Is that what it is? 6 months? I don't know. I was living in Arizona and I got a call from my insurance guy and they're like, you need to go get your motorcycle license. I'm like, oh, geez. So yeah, I was in my early 20s or something. So I finally went and actually got a license.
HBG, you finally made it to the live stream.
Good job.
I want to see more on the Gary e-bike. Yeah, we've actually been thinking about seeing if we can make the Gary e-bike fly.
It's gonna happen, whether Sean helps or not.
That's something we're talking about. Like, I'm not saying like a big jump. I'm talking about actually fly. So that's something we're trying to do. I think to learn a motorcycle. I think to learn a motorcycle, you have to fall. That's not true. You don't have to fall to learn how to ride a motorcycle. And then dirt bike riding, you have to. That's pretty.
I fall all the time.
If you don't fall in your dirt bike,
you're not going fast.
You're not
enough.
doing it. What about a Netflix series from a furniture guy? Let's make that trade for furniture. Who is the furniture guy? Weird. My name is Gary. Well, Caleb said he's getting a lot of action about it. If you want to make me an offer on the WLA, that's fine. I don't know. If you want to make me an offer on it, I will entertain offers. But as of right now, it's not. I'm not going to list it. But if you're like, I got to have that bike for some special reason, more so than I do. I'm not a collector. I'm realizing this now. I'm more of a flipper. I like to be a part of the story. I don't have to own it for the rest of my life. What are your thoughts on the KTM RC39? I think the KTM RC39 is a really cool bike, and it's a great track bike. And if I had a bunch of buddies and we were all getting in track bikes and we were all going to buy track bikes, I think it'd be a good move to convince everyone to get KTM RC390s. Then you can swap parts and you all got the same bike, and they're light and they're fast. And they're not the fastest out there, and you can really like dial in your skills of being a good rider, and not just having the fastest bike out there.
Mike, I don't know. Send an email to the Go on the SRK website and send an email.
What was the question?
How can you send us a snowmobile with wheels on it?
Yeah, reach out. Hardest bike to work on. What's the hardest bike to work on, Craig?
BMW.
More so than Ducati?
Okay, Ducati. I don't know. I never
more so than MV Augusta.
I can't afford the tools to change the oil on them dumb things. I did an Aprilia. For what was the twin? That little SVX or something. The Motard with the twin in it, V-twin in it. I did one of those motors. That was not fun.
Some guy said, I'm looking to get into a moped under $1,000. What would you suggest looking for? All mopeds are under $1,000.
So it's easy.
You should have no problem finding a moped for like $300 to $800. What you want to look for is doesn't have a title. Depending on what state you're in, you might need a title to get that thing legal, or you Gorelli, Pooch. What are the big moped companies?
Yeah, you nailed it.
Mainly the Italian ones.
Benelli.
Most mopeds you find are going to be Italian. Maybe you'll luck out and find a cheap like Honda moped, like a Hobbit. but they're really rare and you don't see them very often.
I just saw a couple Yamahas pop up too.
Yamaha mopeds?
Yeah.
Wow. But I've always liked the Gorellis, and like if I would like to get my hand on a nice Gorelli. My son is 10 years old, 5 feet.
So I don't know if it helps or not. I don't know how tall Owen is. He's definitely not 115 pounds. He's 8. My son, my oldest, he's 8. I had him on a TTR 110 a couple weeks ago, and it fit him perfect. So your kid, I don't know, maybe you'd want to try a 125 or something like that.
TTR 125 is a really great bike.
It is, and your wife can hop on it and ride it too. You can hop on.
They don't make huge power, but you don't need huge power. If you see what a good rider can do on a TTR 125, you'll be like, why do I? You get these young guys and like they have a 250, they can't do these cool things, so they get a 450. And then they go back and see a good rider on a 125, and they're like, "Oh, why am I on a 450?" You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crash test. I'm not doing any work. I'm not doing any shop work anymore.
Are you going to do any Amazon bike videos? We actually have a few more in the works that we are working on. How do you feel about the Suzuki B King? I'm a big fan of the B King. We've owned a couple. We sold a couple B Kings. Owned a couple B Kings. I think they're great motorcycles, and someday I think that it's going to be a modern classic. They're super cool. They're super fun, and they're underrated because no one knows about them. Is what's going on there. How much can you deadlift? I don't push my deadlifts very hard, but right now and I haven't been doing it for very long, since like PT and stuff. I think my last deadlift was like 245 or something. But that was reps. That was doing like reps of 8.
You guys play video games? I don't.
No, I don't waste my time with that. With video games.
My life is a video game.
Say what?
My life is a video game.
The Apollo 125 will probably not be making a comeback. RSV4.
I have that bike actually in my trailer right now.
Oh, do you?
I do. It's in pieces because we've been stealing pieces off of it.
New T-Rex video coming.
Betas are good. Betas, I don't know which beta you're looking at, but yeah, they're cool bikes.
Honda's beta, right? No, who did Honda buy?
I don't know.
Yeah, Honda bought that, like that gas company. That
I don't know. KTM bought gas.
No, Honda bought someone.
I don't know.
Remember that at Track and Trail, they had the Honda Trials bike.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who that was. Owasa? I don't know. I don't know my Trials bikes very well.
I would like to get into that. That sounds like a lot of fun. I would be cool to get a trial. Are all Trials bikes 2-strokes?
I think they're running some 4s now.
That sounds like a blast to get into.
Yeah, the SVX 550 reliability. No. The Aprilia SVX 550 motor. That's the one I didn't know.
Do y'all grind your own coffee? I don't drink coffee.
I love coffee.
Coffee makes you weak. Have you tried to make the jet ski bike float and work? That is in the process. We are working on that. Can you recreate the Dumb and Dumber driving through Aspen, icicles on your face?
It was just done.
Yeah, those guys just did it. What's
right? It's funny. Like we talk about it and then they beat us.
What's their face? What's your favorite motorcycle ride you've ever taken? I like the Tail of the Dragon. It's a fun ride. What is that? Route 11.
Wow, it's at 125 or something.
Yeah. What's interesting is 125 there's stuff before and after the Dragon that I think are just as good.
There's a lot of great riding. Here's a fun fact: that dam on the south side. You go down and make a right, and there's that big dam over there. That's the dam that Harrison Ford jumped off in the movie The Fugitive.
Oh, it's a good movie. Will I be getting carbon fiber wheels for my Harley Davidson build? Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if they even make carbon fiber wheels for the full size bikes. I probably will be getting different wheels though. I kind of want to get. I might be getting spoked wheels, like off the CVO bikes. What I'm trying to do is make that into, because they don't make a CVO Road King anymore, and I'm trying to make that into something better than a CVO. Do you guys know that the Yamaha NMAX 155cc? I've never heard of that. When will you guys collaborate with other YouTubers? Well, there's a question. What other YouTubers do you think we should collaborate with? That's my question. Gary Bike is somewhere sitting over there. Throw in the comments. We have an idea of what other channels you guys watch, but throw in the comments right now what other YouTubers you would want us to collaborate with. We are watching your channel for 2 years now. We'd like to see a restoration. Harley would be great. I don't think you even have to kickstart it. Well, it's fuel injected. So yeah, we can kickstart it first, right? Actually, we don't even have to. There you go. First try. Watch out, Craig. Nailed it. That's the best thing about that bike.
What are your plans for the bike? Trials by Tree, Yummy New.
I was gonna say Demo Ranch.
Grind hard.
I'd consider Demo Ranch.
Grind hard. I saw the video today where they're racing the Barbie Jeeps on the dirt track. Like, how did we get invited to that?
We don't have any Barbie Jeeps, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work out.
Well, I can find one. Hacksmith.
We know Matt from Matt's Off Road Recovery. He's a really good guy. We do have some things that we plan on doing with him.
I hope that happens. They seem like a cool bunch of dudes and girl.
I've never heard of Yami Noob. I bought a car from Hoovy.
Somebody just asked about that car.
Oh yeah, that car is gone. I reached out to Heavy D. He never got back to me.
He was too busy buying abandoned warehouses.
Is that what he does?
I think so.
Fort 9. Cletus, Fort 9. It just sounds like he seems like a nice guy. I don't know him. What else we got?
Her two wheels. She's doing really well, I think, isn't she?
I'm very close to him. We are very close to 1 million subscribers. I want to thank you guys for that. Also, some stuff happened while we were gone. I want to thank Daniel for getting a shirt. Gerald, Sergeant, Brendan, Henriksen, William, Paul, Matthew, Sean, Stanley, and then we're back to Jedediah. Thank you guys. So, like I said before, if you guys are just jumping in, we did a live stream maybe like a month ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago, and we made these awesome new. They're like military green shirts. They got a Bikes and Beard symbol. They got the American flag on the side. Go to the Bikes and Beards Gear website. The link in below. And we only made 500 of them. We're only selling 497 of them because me, him, and Caleb all kept one. And someone who bought that shirt is going to win that bike right there. It's a brand new.
Point down.
They're impossible.
The Honda, not the Harley.
Yeah, sorry, right there. They're impossible to find. We found it just for the Hadley. We bought it brand new. We never rode it. And someone's going to win that bike. So you have a 1 in 497 chance of winning that motorcycle. That seems like pretty good odds to me. Also, you get a cool shirt too.
Yeah. Who won the turbocharged Road King?
Some lady.
Sandy from Indiana.
Yeah, something like
we
that.
talked to her. Yeah, it was crazy. It was her husband's birthday. They had settlement on their house, and then they won the motorcycle. Like, they just had a killer day. So congratulations to them. Thoughts on Buells?
Yeah, that bike
a lot
got
of people,
out.
People like Buells. I knew some guys that were diehard Buell guys. There's a couple cool ones out there, but yeah.
I have no plans on visiting Denver anytime soon.
I'll go to Denver.
Is greed against your religion? Yeah.
We'll start Patriot rigged.
Yeah, greed's not a good thing.
What's rigged?
What is it?
Does Caleb? He just said rigged. Does Caleb wear university shirts all the time? What's funny is he doesn't even know what is on the shirt. He just liked the shirt and thought it was comfortable.
Is the T-Rex build dead? T-Rex build is pretty close to being dead. Just let me look at the video. The video didn't do that well. I might get real jazzed about doing a video, and then we launch the video, and we have all these things we're gonna do with the bike. The first video that does poorly, we're not gonna keep on dumping money at it. You know, we have to look at this thing as a business, and if everyone hates, if the majority of people do not like this idea, you know, we might plan on spending $10,000-$20,000 in one thing, and if we're not going to get that out of it, it just doesn't make sense, and something like that would really kill a channel. So that's why we try our best when we're launching a video to do the best possible job we can launching it. But we're probably going to sell that fake T-Rex sometime soon, and that might be a good opportunity for someone else that has a channel or just wants it for themselves.
I don't know Scrap Mechanic. Please stop asking.
Do I have to grow a beard to watch his channel? You can watch it without the thing. I don't know. I never tried to wheelie the special. How old do I need to be to get a license? If you're asking that question, I'm assuming in a couple of years.
Yeah.
How physically demanding was a trip over? How physically demanding is a trip over 100 miles? It's not that physically. It depends on what bike you're riding. But no, it's not that physically demanding. I mean,
is it what?
Huh?
I always laugh like Harley guys will be like, "Man, we really went on a big ride this weekend. You know, we put on like 100 miles." I'm like, I rode 1,300 miles to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah, it depends on what bike you're riding.
Yeah,
but not
just you're gonna have 100 miles before you even know it.
It might just hurt your butt. But yeah, 100 miles. I mean, that's only like an hour and a half of riding, or depending on how fast you go. Yet bike. Do you have any videos of I'm sure if you go to SRK Cycles, I'm sure we have one test drive of a Bandit. What's the dog doing? Oh, the dog from that video? I don't know. What's that dog's name?
Roxy girl?
Roxy.
She's chilling. She just got shaved and
just shaved.
Bathed. Not shaved, groomed. I think they groomed her.
I'm sure that dog is somewhere rolling in mud, just getting gross.
Yeah,
that's that dog's life. I hit every 45 motor except the WR race motor. That's pretty cool.
100 miles on a chopper.
Big fan on the Roadstar 1600. It's a really great bike. The 1700 is also a good bike. Those bikes run forever. Best bobber, your opinion. I like the new Indian bobber. I think it's a really cool looking bike.
Yeah.
Yo, hot dog.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
How do I enter? How do I enter what? Right. Someone said, how do I enter? I just sold my 1940 Knucklehead. How much did you sell your How much? Tell me right now. Missing link bill and put a $sign in front of it. How much did you sell your 1940 Knucklehead for? Because I'm very interested in hearing that. I want to buy a Knucklehead. That is my new goal, to get myself a Knucklehead. Took my bike to the Burning Man. Plus $50,000. But I'm assuming you mean it's $50,000.
Maybe it's quid.
No, big Knuckleheads are doing crazy money.
Yeah, I know. Gabe, buy the T-shirt if you're interested in that bike. There, you got to buy the shirt.
I'm 6'4", 250 guy. Any thoughts on a first bike? Not much of a sport bike fan. Yeah, get like a
C50 or a
C50 or a
like
Yamaha V-Star 950.
Yeah,
would be a good bike.
I think the Suzuki's might be a little more open in the cockpit.
This guy says the shirt it is a very comfortable shirt.
Yeah, it is.
We got it from a different spot than we get other shirts. I forget what the makeup is, but it is a really, really comfortable shirt. How do you get an auction license? You have to become a dealership. That's different.
You have to be a licensed auctioneer too. You have to go to auction school and pass a test.
Oh wait, no, I thought he asked how we get a license to go to an auction.
Oh, how do we go to an auction? I thought you said how do you get an auction license? That doesn't matter.
I assume he meant if you're trying to be an auctioneer, that's something I don't know how to do that. Maybe Craig does. But if you're trying to go to an auction to buy a bike, then you need to be a dealer. To be a dealer, that's different with different states. In Pennsylvania, it's really strict, but you need a location. It's going to be handicap accessible. You have to this and that. A lot of stuff, a lot of paperwork.
Go register with your buddy's account. It's the easiest way. Yeah.
That is
pretty much the easiest way.
Well, yeah, what you would do is you would just become a a salesman on someone else's account. And if you're a salesman, then you're that
How
dealership.
important is ABS for a new rider?
Still use Papero cycles. I don't know if anyone still uses Papero. I don't know what Joe's doing right now.
Love Australians.
I see bikes
They're my
out there.
favorite.
Not sure if he's still working on bikes.
Nothing's changed. Every time I drive by, it all looks the same.
It all looks the same, right? We still have bikes at his place that have not been fixed yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a CB77. It's been there for like 3 years. So that's what's going on. Looking to upgrade an Indian, looking at Chieftain or Harley Street Glide. A Roadliner. That's a pretty big difference. I mean, Roadliner can be a whole lot cheaper. Whichever one you like the best. If you have a big range and the budget doesn't mean anything, whichever one you like the best.
My wife used to ride. Then she loved riding on the back with me, and then she took the course, got her license, got a bike. She had a TW200, and then got stuck in a car wash for like 3 hours in a downpour, and then we had kids, and she just lost interest. She'll still ride with me, but we don't ride a lot anymore now that we have kids and all that stuff.
I don't watch Moto America. I could have went to the race that was in New Jersey, but I wasn't able to. United Kingdom road trip. Not the way things are looking right now. They might not let me in the United Kingdom.
Not with your cough.
I want that electric KTM. I'm begging you for it.
Mm-hmm.
You make me an offer. Okay, my old 39 knucklehead rules. Yo, sell it to me. I am on a mission now to buy a knucklehead. It sounds awesome. I'm hearing about people like finding knuckleheads. Did you sell the Atom yet? Nope, still up there.
Nope.
How's that? They're good.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say did I sell the Atom yet? I mean, I don't plan on selling it right now. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll change my mind.
Can you pull up riding just a helmet for off road? I go full gear when boots especially. I mean, yeah.
If you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
You're squeezing me up, correct? Everyone that I know that rides dirt, there was one situation where they didn't put on something and they regretted it.
Yeah. Wait till you see a stick sticking out of your buddy's foot because he wasn't wearing boots one day.
Yeah. Hey Mike, love your videos, brother. Who is Mike? Oh, is Mike someone? Is there someone else on here that we should know about? Someone saying, I mean, my name's not Mike. I don't know. What would it take to buy the Pulse Auto Cycle?
A trailer and a pickup truck, and you don't even need those.
I think I have $15,000 into it. If you threw me, if you got me out of what I paid for it, I would sell it. Even though my buddy wants to put a new motor in it.
Yes, you can buy an Apollo dirt bike. Go to the SRK website. I think they're up on there.
Tracking number for my shirt. LOL.
Spark. Yeah, I'll definitely go to London with you.
Email the person. Email the Craig's big world traveler. I don't need to travel. If you want a tracking number, email the person with the on the Bikes and Beers website.
What do you think of the Pan American? It was a fun bike to ride.
Yeah, very good.
I don't see it being like. I mean, I wouldn't.
It's doing well.
Yeah,
it's doing well in sales. What I'm excited about is that motor, and I'm really excited about the Sportster S.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a really cool bike. And I'm talking with the guy from Harley. I'm hoping to get one in here soon so I can do a review on it. We do have a V7 stock. We have a 2021 Guzzi V7 stock right now. It's awesome. It's a beautiful color. Yeah, if you buy an Apollo, I'll sign it. That's fine. Just make a note. Just whoever you talk to on the phone, just say, hey, can Sean sign it? I'll sign it. Hey, I have grown up around computers, and I think that there's time to change. So I am going to sell my PC and buy a dirt bike. What's your opinion on this? I mean, you don't still need your computer? I don't know. You can't get on the internet with a dirt bike. But that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, stay off the internet.
I don't know how old you are.
Stay on dirt bikes.
But my goal went for my parents. We're headed to Pennsylvania for a spend a week traveling through the fall. Where should the four of us ride out? Where should the four of us ride out by you? Great question. I don't know. There's so many good roads out there, and I don't want to tell you like one road and then like you find something better. I don't know.
If it's going to be fall and leaves are going to be changing and stuff, I go a little north. You know, get up to like Pine Grove and north.
There's a lot of good riding out here. Like anywhere you go is going to be nice. It's going to be different people want different stuff. I want twisted turns. You know what I mean? Some people just like we're like scenic route. I got my t-shirts. Thanks for signing it. Yeah, we sent a bunch of t-shirts out. We had a big old stack of stuff. Who makes the best helmet? I don't know. I wear an HG. What do I wear? HGV or something. A lot of companies make good helmets.
Yeah.
A lot of it depends on the way your head is. Did you guys get a new camera for your videos? The quality seems different. Not talking about the live stream. No, we have a new camera guy. Maybe that's what it is. God bless you guys. Keep it up. And wasting my time. I would rather be out doing something, making new friends. I missed some of that. Awesome, guys. Well, that wraps it up. I appreciate you guys being there. We're about to hit 1 million subscribers. That's really exciting. We have a really, really exciting video for you guys coming up next week. And thank you guys for being around.
Later.
My granddad has a Honda Cub.
Oh, nice.
Okay, where do I get the shirt to enter the bike? Bikesandbeardsgear.com is the first line in the description. Bikesandbeardsgear.com. We'll see you guys later.